then order by, then take the top 5. This is the flow, right? So we can implement this one using pig Latin. Okay, first, so user is the load user. Users as the name, age, okay? This can be converted into map reduce program. From the input stream of the users, for the input users, then you can take the first delimiter as the name, second is the age, okay? Something like that. Then
Age. Load.
next, filter. Filter, there's a command filter from the users. This one, by age. By age bigger than 18 and age is equal or less than 24. Okay. Then pages, you can read load, pages, load, pages. This is HDFS file as
User.
It has a URL. Okay. Okay, then you can join. Join is using a filter and pages. So you can join. So join
Filter.
filter
And page.
on by name,
As ID. As you.
names and pages by the users on users.
Yeah, users.
Okay, then it will be joined by name because it use the same. It's like the natural join in advanced database. So it will be joined by the name. Okay. Then next one is group by. Group by.
By URL or user.
Group by, you can group the join, this one back. This is called the back, output as the back, and
By
by
pages.
URL.
By URL.
Okay. Then next is count. Count.
JR3.
No. So you can, while you are group, you can count. Count.
URL.
Count
JRD.
J and join, okay, J and D as the rename as a class. Okay, then next, so we already did. Okay, then if we need, we can order by because we need to get the top 5. So we need to
Order
order.
by order.
Yeah, we can order.
Order GRD. By clicks.
Oh, hold on. I forgot one thing. Oh, so group by,
Count.
that's all. For each group, so this one for each group, and generate the group count URL and as click. Then the next one is the order. The order GRSUMD summarize and the by clicks. But this is the descending order. Then take top 5. Okay, top 5 is the limit.
Order.
There's a command limit std 5. Then save. So it's just follow the data flow diagram. I never memorize this the command.
But you
Once you
draw.
understand this one, you can use the high reference book and to get this one for exact the syntax. Okay. So more you can focus on the business logic rather than the syntax of the language. So that's the benefit of using Pigalati. So it supports the user-defined function.
But that means that the user have to understand the data flow.
Yes, that's more important.
Yeah.
The understanding the syntax is just straightforward.
The syntax is easy. So I think that will be easy for the user.
If you know the SQL, it's easy. But if you don't know the SQL,
select from where.
but
No need
if
to.
you do not know both of them, any of them, I think that this one is easier. Actually,
It's more like
this is
language.
more straightforward.
Yeah.
SQL, because you already understand, and also you are familiar with the computer science style, the data structure. This one looks like easy. But for normal person who does not know about the computer science data structure, this is straightforward. As long as you can draw the data flow, then you can just plug in this one. Okay. So Pig supports the user-defined function, which means if there exists any specific function which is not supported, you can plug in. That user-defined function can be Java or it can be other shell script.
Yeah.
Okay, you can use that. Like the Python,
Right.
you can use the Python. And also, there are some column transformation in case you need, for example, for the name, you can upper the letter uppercase or lowercase or change the format of the date. So, or the aggregation, there exists. It's a built-in. Okay? Also, user-defined function can act as combine. Okay? So you can specify such a, if you wanna, even though this one is converted into the map users programming, but if you have your own algorithm for the combiner, you can specify user-defined function that can be used further. Later, during the transformation, it can be used for the combiner. So probably you realize combiner can be used for your business logic or algorithm, right? So you can implement such a thing. Also, Pig support the multi-query. So, for example, this one, how many query? Only one query for structured query. The select from where. However, here using this one, you can make many query. That's another benefit of the Pigalati. It's more flexible. You don't have to define again. You can use. However, in the select from where, this is only just one query at a time. Support the definitely autobind, and you can write. Omit the output, so you can specify the output format.
Excuse me, we can add many queries at the same times.
You need to run again. Okay, right? So each one has we cannot say this is better, this is worse, but each one has the pros and cons. This time the schema is so that the matter what this is not. So whenever you use that one, you need to. But there's a way. Actually, you can use part of this as the script language. So in other script language, you can actually import. Reuse. So your algorithm or your user-defined function can be used for. You can have something piggyback. So you can have a pool of this is accessing user and the page.
Right.
So you can call just a.p file. Okay. Then focus on this one. So, but this one is the particular password. Here you need to run the many times. So eventually, when you learn this kind of the Pigalati, the script, Pig script, it has a parser just like the should be parsed, right? After parsing, check the syntax or whether users file are existing or not. Then check it, and after transform, you need to optimize okay, the MR program, okay, then it will generate the plan for execution. It looks like the
Same.
query optimizer in relational model. Eventually, query optimizer in relational database management system produce execution plan. It's the same thing. However, if you run this kind of thing, the 5 to 6 MR program will be executed. So it takes some time. Okay? And then eventually the output of this one is the something jar file. So this will be submitted and executed and returned. How can you monitor both the Hive and this one? Through the HDF, the Hadoop system, you can monitor such a map in this program. So Hive has the so we discussed about the overview of the Hive and the Pig. So Cloudera support both the Hive and Pig. So in your exercise lab, probably you did the Hive and Pig exercise lab. It's included in the developer virtual machine. It's already installed. So at the time when you create a table, so that is the structure. It has the column that support the most of the existing the data type in SQL2 standard, including integer, float, string, the boolean, and so on. Also, it supports array type, also struct type, and map type, or JSON, like the data. JSON is the Java standard. The data type is supported in the Hadoop. Also, it supports the partition. Also, it has a like the bucket. Bucket means it's a hash partition. So when you partition, horizontal partition, you can specify the range, like the January, February, or Monday, Tuesday. Sometimes you don't want to specify. Just evenly distributed. At the time, you can use a hash function that is called the bucket style. So since you already did, this is a Hive, the prompt. When you start the Hive, it looks like a SQL. In the Oracle database, it's a SQL prompt you can type. Similarly, when you start the Hive, you can type any the Hive QL language. Okay, and
You have to create a script.
So if you want to see the description of the table, you can list of the table. There's a command. Show tables. So if you are familiar with MySQL database, it's almost the same. Okay? So show tables is a MySQL only command. Okay, it's not standard. So if it's the same thing. So you can type down show table is the list of the table. If you want to create a table, you can create table name and column. Name the column format. It's the same as the SQL2 standard. Then followed by row format delimited, because there should be input file, okay, or source file to upload, to create in the HDFS. So row format delimited, field terminated by, for example,
Tab.
it's a tag. Or if you have the specific, you can specify the delimited and stored as a text file. Then it will be created, the schema will be added to the meta sort, and the file will be created HDFS. So you can actually browse the list of the file that's created by the Hive using Hadoop command, Hadoop FS. It's under warehouse.
Warehouse?
Yeah, it create a warehouse. Okay. Also, you can load the data. So, for example, I have the Hadoop file already exists. Then I'd like to create a Hive table without inserting the new data. You can use existing HDF file. At that time, it will be this add only the schema, the meta store.
Okay.
Or you can create if you want. Also, data consistency, but not like the strongly the RDBMS. If there is something wrong data, they will ignore such a data if format is not matching. Okay? Also, you can use the scoop to upload, to transform the data. Scoop, and when you run the scoop, there is a option hide table. You can use a hide table, which means not only load the data into the HDFS file, also create the table, schema in the manual scroll, okay, which is frequently used for data transfer from existing relational database to header. So it supports the most familiar select syntax that you know, okay? But their syntax is mostly MySQL style. So if you are familiar with the MySQL, it's almost the same, but not much different. Also, it can support the join, so it will use the traditional, the standard, the join style, like the join on something, instead of the join condition in the Oracle.
You cannot specify in or out of.
But it's outer join, yeah, I think they support. Okay. However, there are limitations using high definition. So somebody expect the exactly same function, same performance as a SQL in relational database? No, definitely not. This is just the adapted from the relational database for easy use of the HDFS. So pig is from the Yahoo and the pretty so first, this one, the column name. So when you this one and this one is not column. So in terms of the P data structure, is called atom. Okay, it's like the column. Okay, and then it's a collection of atoms. This is called tuple. So same idea as the one in relational model. And group of tuples is not relation, it's a bag. Bag is kind of unordered data set, okay? So this is called a bag. Quite similar data structure, not really the same. It supports, the pig supports the join, grouping, and loading the data, creating the user-defined function, and much more. So when you run the pig, it will show the prompt like that. Mostly when I test the pig Latin, I submit the script file instead of the command line. For script file, you can from the host prompt pig something. For example, help pig file name, something like that. So in your exercise lab, there is a pig Latin programming for recommendation system. Why don't you take a look at that? It's very
Actually,
simple.
we took a look at it.
You are
the
ready?
last lab.
Okay, so I don't think I can go forward for the HBase today without power. I think that I need more the diagram to explain about the data structure of the HBase. So I will continue next week Tuesday from the HBase. But this week I think the GA will continue the lab further missing part the last time. I'm not sure whether GA asked you as the missing part as a homework, but I strongly suggest you, if you fail to form a cluster, why don't you, the rest of the time, why don't you try? I'm not sure whether.
I think now it's not a good time.
Yeah, so I'm not sure whether there's a power in the room. Entire.
Yeah, because the wireless is off.
many workers
In the tech building?
yeah, the first floor?
So if the power is available, or even at home, so using two computers, even you can
You
try.
can maybe using the virtual machine.
Yes. So why don't you try to form a cluster that, anyway, you need a cluster for your project, okay?
Yes.
So then, next week we will start the lecture 1 p.m. as user, okay? Any question? Okay, see you exercise lab as well as the next week, the Tuesday.